People that hate me talking so much are definitely going to love this video. Hello everyone, it's Chloe. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a very exciting video and a very highly requested one. Obviously by the title and the thumbnail, you probably already know what today's video is. Or not probably, you definitely will. Today's video is going to be a tattoo tour on all my tattoos that I have. Now, since getting a bunch of tattoos in one sitting, a lot of you guys have been wanting to know the meanings, if there is any, and like why I got them and pain levels and everything like that. So I thought I would do a dedicated video on all of them. There is 15 of them, I believe. I'm not sure anymore. I'm going to add in clips of me showing them so it's up close and personal. I will tell you guys when I got them done and in the order of what I got them done and the pain level and why I got them, everything like that. So I'm gonna jump right into it because I'm gonna be talking for a lot, but it's gonna be really nice talking, I think, because all my videos are kind of me doing something. So me just sitting here and talking about what are on my arms and what's permanently on my body is going to make me really excited. So if you want to know what happens in this video, just keep on watching.
1, 2, 3, let's switch this up.
So I'm loving my outfit today, just like some bed shorts and a really nice top, hence the fact why I have this top on is so you can see my sternum tattoo. I think the rundown of this is I'm going to basically show you in order of when I got them done and when I got them done, and if I remember the artist I will obviously let you guys know. I'll leave all the links down below if I can link them down below, just so you guys have a feel of if you like the design you can obviously check out the people that actually did them. Before I start this video, I do want to tell you guys that I have a very high pain tolerance. I don't feel pain. I do feel pain, but it's just not as much as some other people. I have very high pain tolerance, so most of these did not hurt. I slept during a lot of these, or I tried to nap during a lot of these. So the pain wise, I can't really tell you guys that, but I will tell you on a scale of how uncomfortable it was to get it tattooed in that specific area. I feel like that would help you as well. So that's what I'm gonna do instead of doing pain, if that makes sense. But I'm gonna get my phone out because I'm gonna tell you guys when I got them done, which is quite exciting, and it's gonna take me down memory lane a little bit because I have had these for a while. When did I get this done? Now I gotta find it on my phone, dolls. Okay, here we go. So the first, oh my god, what? That is not true. So the first one I'm going to show you is the first one I ever got, and this was on the 27th of April 2019, which is my forearm tattoo, which is right here. I'll obviously insert some clips right now. This was basically done at my cousin's tattoo studio. She owned one. Unfortunately had to go out of business because the prices were just so high, like rent wise and stuff. So I can't give you two people that did my tattoos because I don't have them on social media, whereas I have one, which I'll explain a bit more. So I don't actually know who did this one, so apologies in advance. This little cutie patootie was my first tattoo. I did just scratch my arm, so now it's completely red. Anyway, this is my first tattoo. It's literally just a rose in the stem that says self-love in it, and I wanted this one to be my first because I'm obviously plus size, dolls, if you haven't noticed, but I wanted this to be my first tattoo just because I had a very long journey of self-love, which I'm still obviously going through. I want this to be a reminder, especially on my forearm, because when I look down I can see it. There's glitter on it because I have glitter on my fingers, which is so much fun. I do love this tattoo. This healed really well, but I've had this for a very long time and this was my first tattoo and I love this so much. I got this basically, I think I saw a photo on Facebook of the general like rose with just a bunch of wording in it, and then I saw one with self-love in it and I sent it to Ashley, who obviously was my cousin that had the shop, and I'm like, can someone just design this for me? And I went in, I vlogged it. I'll leave it linked down below if you are interested. All my tattoos that were done in that studio, I did vlog them, so I'll leave them down below when I mention them, which is so exciting to look back on if I'm being completely honest. And I went in there and the artist did it up for me and I got it done. It was definitely a weird experience to get it done first. Like the feeling of getting a tattoo first time is a bit of a weird experience. There's a lot of stuff going through your head, but I really enjoy having that there, and I just scratched the absolute shit out of my arm, so I'm so sorry that you can see that now. Okay, what were my next ones? Were they these? I think they were these. The next ones I had to show you are two because they were done in the one sitting. These are from the 10th of August in the same year, 2019. So I got this one here, and then I also got grandma's one, which is in my forearm. First one I got done was grandma's, and this is in her handwriting. It says, "With love as always, grandma," and it's obviously based on a Easter card, and at the time she was still alive and kicking, so it was really exciting to get this done because I could go and see her in the nursing home and show her, but she didn't really react to anything because she was kind of out of it. But it was really good to have that kind of like connection, I guess. Like she held my hand with the like tattoo on it. It was really a good experience. However, it was really good to have this, and then when she passed away 2 years ago, it was kind of a good look, I guess. Like, it was right there, like you could see it straight up, so it was really good to have that. And this is actually crazy because this one, the next, oh my god, this is crazy to think of. When I'm filming this currently, it's currently Easter. This tattoo was from an Easter card, like I mentioned, and we always used to spend Easter with her. But then I got this one done the same day, and this is from my granddad. So this is mum's mum, this is also mum's dad, and his anniversary death is tomorrow, which is so crazy to think of. This is the next one I'll show you, and this is another handwriting one. This is from my poppy, and that's why I have a little poppy. This is very, very, very faded from when I got it done. It was very, very orange, and it faded pretty badly. The stem didn't really heal really well because they were the only two pieces that had color. None of my other pieces have color in them. They're all black and white. This was the only like kind of thing that had color, and it did not sit well. As you can see, excusing my ratchet nails, it did not sit well on my skin. This is from a birthday card that he wrote me, and it just says love you, so I got that done, as well as this one, because I love handwriting tattoos and I love word tattoos, if that makes sense, which sounds odd. I love seeing people with writing on their body and trying to figure out where it's from and what is the connection to them is really good, because I'm a very observant person. Observant is not a word, so it's kind of cool to try and think of why they got that. And I think having this and this in me, well, technically it is in me because it's in my skin, on me is a really good feeling too, because I have a really big connection with my grandparents, you guys know that. So, and then this is also like my whole thing with my company. My business that I have is based on grandma and nan, and my saying on like my thank you cards and everything like that is with love as always, because that's what grandma used to say. So I got them two in the same sitting. So these two were done in the studio that Ashley owned as well. This was done by the same artist, both of them. I don't know who it was, I'm so sorry, but the next one I'm going to show you, I do know who I did it. So from this one onwards, I know who did my tattoo. So if you're interested, I can't speak, I will obviously tell you. I'll link everything down below. So I got them done, and then on the 31st of August I got my biggest tattoo. I don't think it's my biggest anymore, but I'm not sure. But the next one I got was the little portrait of Nan and myself. Frankie did this one. I'll leave her Instagram down below because she did do a follow-up tattoo with me, which I'll show you very, very soon. Basically, this was done at Ashley's tattoo studio, so that's how I got in contact with Frankie, and I basically sent her the photo of Nan and I. So this is what I look like as a baby. So this was the inspiration from it, and I was like to Frankie, I wanted to do like a little kind of like arch, I guess, around it with a bunch of flowers that I loved and also that she loved, that was in her garden, because she had a massive garden in the front of her house. So there's a bunch of flowers all around it with me wearing a Teletubby jumper. I think out of the four that I've already shown you, this was a little bit more painful when it came to shading, because there wasn't really any other shading with the other ones. It was kind of just straightforward, whereas this, she shaded Nan's hair and she did all that stuff. So when it came to that, it was a bit uncomfortable. Definitely a different feeling to any of the others I got, but I think at the time and still now, this is one of my favorite pieces ever, because it's just me and her just chilling, and it just makes me so happy to have that there. So then this arm kind of became like memorial, I guess, which you'll see continuing on this entire video. You'll understand that. So that was the last one in 2019, and then I didn't get one until this year. Like, it took me that long, 2019 to 2022, to keep getting more. Like, I always had ideas of getting tattoos. I had like a note in my phone of me wanting what I wanted, because I've always loved tattoos. It was never like a big thing for me to disown people that liked them. I always loved them, and then it was just really, really grateful that when Ashley had a studio, I was like, you know what, I'll just go in there, and I had the opportunity to get 4 done in that studio, which is very, very, I'm just grateful for that. So Ashley, thank you very much. So I don't think if you didn't have a studio, I don't think I'd be having this many tattoos, if I'm telling you that right now. So the next one I got was my sternum, which was literally this year, which is absolutely crazy. My sternum was done in January. This was done by Denise, I'm pretty sure her name is. I did vlog this. I'll leave that link down below, as well as her Instagram. She was a sweetheart. She is based in a studio in Carlton, and if you don't know, this is my sternum tattoo. I'll insert some footage, but this is one of her flash pieces. I didn't design this or anything like that. She did design this, and I chose a flash piece. So this is her own drawing. So technically, if you think of a flash drawing, it shouldn't really really have meaning, but this to me has meaning. You will notice throughout all of this, every single piece of art on my arm has meaning to me, but it does not matter if I didn't have any meaning because it's a tattoo. I don't really give a shit. I'll probably get some tattoos that don't have meanings, but this was a flash design, like I said. So it's just a hand with a butterfly and a couple flowers and some greenery around it. This was my first tattoo since 2019, right? So you got to consider that as well. And I chose my sternum as the next spot to get my tattoo. Not my fatty arms, not anywhere else, my sternum. Like out of all places. Again, automatically this became a kind of awkward tattoo because again it is in the middle of my breasts, but she was a very good sweetheart. Very good sweetheart? No, she was a sweetheart. She was really sweet, and if she like hit me by accident, she was like, if anything was uncomfortable position wise, just let me know. So it was really good. She was just checking up and I really enjoyed that. So I made the experience a little bit more better considering it was literally my sternum. Again, kind of like Nan's, the shading was the absolute bitch and a half. It was a little bit painful when it came to the stern, like the top part, like here, not down here, like more up here for me, like on the actual chest. Like when she was doing the butterfly, I was like, oh my god. I generally love this, and I saw this and I made my own meaning for it. Even though it is a flash piece, like I said, I made my own meaning for it. Now, I'm gonna get deep and meaningful. I got this because I get really bad panic attacks, and when I do, as like a coping mechanism, I do this, which obviously goes straight over my sternum, and I think for me, this represents freedom of me slowly but surely not having major panic attacks. It does represent to me the fact that I can look forward to it and have something to look forward to. Hopefully one day I can not get rid of the panic attacks, because obviously I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. To have like the freedom of thinking about that is really good. That was the next piece I got, so I spent what, 3 years without any work done. So I'm glad I started with a massive piece on my sternum. I always liked sternum tattoos because when I wear stuff like this top I'm wearing for today's video, it's just really good to look at it because not everyone's going to see it, but obviously when I get changed and stuff, I always see it for me and it just makes me feel good. So that was my 4th tattoo done. Right, 4th? No, 5th. I can't count. So that was my 5th tattoo, and then I followed it up with a really cute matching tattoo next. A week later, I got my matching tattoo with my best friend Annalisa, which is on the back of my left forearm, which is right here. And I'm pretty sure this is my biggest piece. It was Nan's, and then I think this is now my biggest piece. This was just healed, and then I went in and got this one done from Frankie, who did Nan's tattoo from me. Annalisa and I have been wanting a matching tattoo for a very, very long time. I have known her for 10 years and I think what a way to celebrate that, putting up with each other, because we are very mentally unstable, like separately, but together I think we're kind of okay, because I think we kind of we're a good match. I think when you think about it, I keep saying think, we're really different people. If you know us personally, we are very different people, but when we come together, it's like a little party. we're really good together. So we became friends in high school, and then I was like, you know what, we talked about it for a while. I think we mentioned it in like high school, and like we were being stupid, and obviously we're like 16. There's a screenshot out there of her asking me what we should get, and that was like, I don't know, 6 years ago, and we finally went through with it because she came down for a family event, I think, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna book it in. It was a surprise, and I'm like, girl, we're gonna book it in, we're gonna get a freaking tattoo done, and we finally did it after so many years of asking for it. So I got this design off Pinterest. Pinterest is great, and I gave it to Frankie, and she kind of did her own little twist on it, and I was really scared to not to give it to Frankie, but to choose this design, because when you look at it, it's kind of girly, like you got the roses, you got the butterflies, whatever. I think Frankie had a little twist on it to make it more, not grungy, but like, do you know what I mean? Because Annalisa is not a girly girl whatsoever, you guys should know that. I think the text really defines Annalisa as a person. The font is really good, and I think like the shading, it makes it just more her style as well as mine mixed into one. When Frankie showed us the design, I was really happy with it, and Annalisa started crying, so it was really good to have that moment with her, and I'm just grateful for Frankie and also Annalisa for sitting through all that and having it on my body. So it was very uncomfortable position wise to get it done. Annalisa pain level is in the middle, like she doesn't have high pain tolerance, but she has low pain tolerance, but she did not like the shading whatsoever. She had to like tap out. But thankfully Frankie was pretty much done. And then I was up next and I was like a breeze. We were watching Big Bang Theory. We were like living it up. The difference between us is very, very crazy. But I think now one thing that matches us perfectly is the fact that we have matching tattoos. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, you shouldn't get matching tattoos with your friends, blah, blah. But we know separately and as a pair, we aren't getting rid of each other. Okay, boy, we ain't. But I am stuck with this woman for the rest of my life. And I think 10 years is it's a big thing. I'm just really happy with it. And if you want to get matching tattoos with someone, you can. That was in the January. And then what was next? Next thing is all 9 tattoos. I sat at one time, I got 9 tattoos done. So I'm just going to show you randomly because again, they're all on the same day. So I got these in the process of moving, which was so much fun. So I got these in March. So start of March, and after these pieces, I don't have any more. I do want some more, but I don't have any on my body at the moment. I do have 9 pieces done by Daisy. I will leave her link down below. She was a sweetheart. I didn't go to her beforehand because obviously with this one I had Frankie from Nan, and I was like, okay, I want all these cute little pieces. I didn't want massive pieces. I just wanted like little bits of pieces around my arms, kind of like sticker sleeves. I love the look of random tattoos everywhere. It's not everyone's forte, but I personally like it. And I was like, okay, I need to look at people. I think I saw her on Facebook and she posted a bunch of her work. I went to her Instagram. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna book her in. And she was very, very fairly priced and it was really good. I have a couple big pieces and I have a couple small ones, so it was a good mix or match, I guess. So I guess I will show you the bigger pieces, I guess. I think I'll show you this arm first because as you saw before, this is like my memory arm, I guess. On the back of my right arm has Mr. Spot the dog over here. She loved doing this and she was so happy while doing it, so I was really happy that I gave her the opportunity to do that. But I got Mr. Spot the dog for a reason, because again, all of these have a reason. Like I said, quick overview, my nan was married twice basically, so this is my first set of grandparents, I guess, and we didn't go there as much as we wanted to, but whenever we went over there, where they always had like the TV unit, and underneath the TV unit was all these little books full of Spot the dog and just all like children books. But Cora and I always went to these Spot the dog books because apparently we liked him and our grandparents always read them to us. There's a cat hair on my top, and every time I remember anything from them, because my memory is really shit, if you know me personally, you know I don't have memory at all. Like I don't remember my childhood whatsoever. It's really fun to think of things like Spot the dog, so when I think of him I think of the stuff I did with my grandparents. So I got little Spot the dog for them because again, when I think of him I generally think of them and everything I did with them. So I got little Spot the dog, so it's for my grandma and my granddad. I think the next bigger piece with Spot is my little quote here that everyone can see, but this just says, what is grief if not love persevering? This is from WandaVision. I'll insert a clip, hopefully not get copyrighted, of when it is said.
I've never experienced loss because I've never had a loved one to lose. But what is grief if not love persevering?
So basically that was from WandaVision on Disney Plus. If you are interested, if you haven't seen it, oh my god, please go see it. It is one of the best things ever. This lash. So I binge watched it all with Dad, and then I watched this episode where Vision says this to Wanda, and oh my god, when I tell you I bawled my effing eyes out, I was like, shit, bitch. With all of these, off topic, I kind of designed them all. I kind of drew them up a little bit in Procreate. I gave them to Daisy and she drew them up again, and then she got them tattooed on me. Yeah, anyway, back to the story. Because in the show it was a flashback, I believe. So obviously there was a lot more in the episode to come, and I literally defocused myself from what was happening in the episode to think of this quote, and I thought about this quote for so many hours, but it just stuck with me because I felt like I kind of represented my whole grief process with everyone grandparent wise passing away, because I don't have any grandparents anymore. I found it really good to put it there because every time I look at it I'm just like, okay, grief can be a big thing but love can persevere it. That's it. That's pretty much the meaning of that one. I don't know, I think it hits home. I'll do this one because it's really hard to show you. This next one is on my forearm, I guess, right under Nan. This is a German Shepherd, and this is for my Pop. Pop used to train German Shepherds for like the police and stuff, and every time I see a German Shepherd I think of that man, and that's why it's my favorite dog ever. Like, it's my favorite dog, period. And I have a good old German Shepherd, and that's why we have the painting on our wall. If you guys have seen it, you probably have seen it, but this is pretty much the exact same picture, and I didn't realize until a subscriber of mine messaged me on Instagram after I posted all my tattoos when I got it done that it looked exactly like Folk, which is the painting we have, and I'm like, oh my god. I didn't purposely do that, by the way. I was like, shit, this is absolutely crazy. And I was like, shit. So I have him. I don't own a dog. Everyone thinks this is my dog. I don't own a dog. This is not my dog. So I have a little dog there. Pretty self-explanatory. He is pretty big. He's just chilling with Nan. I wanted him to be there because they were inseparable. And then 2 more on this arm. This one's kind of self-explanatory. Once I tell you, it's a really quick meaning. I just have some greenery around it. The greenery doesn't really stand for anything, but the dates do. So I have 1961 and 1966. These are my parents' birth years. So I whacked them on there because they're my parents. And then this one over here is the last one on this arm, I believe. Corey believes this looks like tennis rackets. That's also fun to know. So this is basically a whisk and a spatula, and this is for my great-grandmother. I was, how old? I was fairly young when she passed away. One thing I remember, and obviously looking through all our like memories and stuff, like photos and stuff, one thing I obviously always see is her in the goddamn kitchen baking something. Like, we have a couple of her recipes, and I knew that I liked baking and cooking, and I think I know why. Is because she probably introduced me to the love of it. So that kind of always brings back memories, her in the kitchen. So I got little utensils because she was always in the kitchen baking up a storm. I miss her dearly, so I got that on there. And that is pretty much this arm done. Moving on to this arm. Now I do have a couple scratches, so just keep that in mind. Sorry if you can see them, but we have 4 on this arm that Daisy did. I think I'm going to do this one here. This is 1996. This is Corey's birthday. If you don't know, Corey is my older brother, so that is Corey's birthday. So it's pretty straightforward, but I also noticed when you look at it upside down, so when I'm looking at it, it says 9661, but when you look at it this way, it's 1996, like when you guys look at it. And we were eating dinner, I think Mum pointed it out. This number is Corey, Dad and Mum all in one. 96 is Corey's birthday, 66 is Mum's, and 61 is Dad's. Pointing that out, it was absolutely mental to me, and I was like, oh my god. But I got this mainly for 1996 for Corey, because obviously he's my brother. Love that little shithead. Anyway, moving along, we have a little pair of socks, which you will be able to see. A lot of people were really confused by this one. I'm not really sure why. I guess if you're not really like a subscriber for a very long time, I guess. We have a cat. Her name is Socks. She is 12. Her name is Socks. So I got a pair of socks because I thought that was fitting. Because I didn't really want to put like, I guess like a portrait of her, because you have to search high and low to get portraits tattooed on you. Like, if you want it done well, you have to find the perfect artist, especially when it comes to animals and stuff. So I was kind of like, let's maybe not do that. So I think obviously the first thing you think of when you think of socks, besides my cat, is a pair of socks. So I got a pair of socks. I think it's really cute. I think it fits with my personality as well, and I think it kind of just vibes with it. And I love my baby girl, so obviously I had to put her on my arm. So there's only 2 more left, and I think these 2, minus my like grandparent ones, are my most meaningful to me. I'm going to start with this bad boy. Just a little crown that I drew. A lot of people obviously know what this is. It's just obviously a crown, but this is for Young Royals, the TV show. I watched Young Royals when it came out in July. I was a couple days late, so don't hate me. I watched Young Royals, and that fucking show destroyed me. I somehow felt a massive connection to it. It is so weird because I've had connections like this for a lot of TV shows. Like, I love TV shows. You guys know the drill, right? That's not surprising. It's not, because I have a connection when it comes to books, TV shows, movies, all that kind of stuff. I always have a connection with stuff that isn't real. But I was watching it, and I finished watching it. It was 6 episodes, 8 episodes? No, 6 episodes. Like, when you look at it as a whole TV show, it's kind of weird to have a connection to it, but it just felt so real. I finished watching it, and I just felt empty because I wanted to rewatch it again. So after I finished it, like I usually do if I'm obsessed with a TV show, I go through all the characters and I go through all the actors and I follow them if I loved it that much. And I literally think I followed like all of the cast. And I started following like fan pages and stuff. I watched it 2 days after it came out, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. There wasn't much people to follow. And then I got my friend Courtney onto it, and Courtney watched it, and I've never felt so close to a human being than I do next to her. She is a godsend, okay? Because I already saw it and I wanted her reaction so badly because I wanted someone to talk to about it, because none of my friends were watching it or going to watch it, but they understand my obsession. It's okay. So Courtney watched it and I was like, girlie, you have to tell me what you think. And that's how we became friends. And I was like, Young Royals telling me who to become friends with. It's great. I've been talking so much, my lip gloss has come off. That's great. I don't think it's crazy to say nowadays. A lot of people say this, but I genuinely think that show saved my entire life. And it's crazy. It's not crazy to say that. I feel like that's kind of normal nowadays. Like I just said, everything and anything I was meant to say can affect someone, and it shouldn't be laughed upon or anything like that. So if you do, you're a little shit. Anyway, but I got a crown because if you've seen the show, you know the main character is a royal in the royal family. So I got a crown because in the promo pictures there's crowns everywhere as well. I said that really weird. Did I say that weird? So when I think of it, I think of a crown. So that's why I got a little crown. And then speaking of Young Royals, my last tattoo is here. Now this is very, very hard to show you. I'm just going to talk about it. You can see the footage whenever you see it. So this is cursive. I wrote this myself, which was very, very hard and difficult. It just says, remember me under the sun. And then underneath it is a heart. Now this probably makes no fucking sense to anyone, which is what I wanted because I wanted a tattoo just for me. This quote is from a song and oh my god, it's a beautiful song. I can't pronounce her name, which is so stupid of me. This is the song. I don't want to butcher her name because I don't want to be that type of person, but this song changed my life. I heard this song a couple years back. So this was featured in Scam France, and the scene that this is in makes me bawl my eyes out every time. I'll insert a bit of a clip of it, but oh my god, this clip, if you've seen it, you know my feels.
Remember me, remember me, remember me under the sun.
Safe to say, when I watched that, I was bawling. Now, this kind of has two separate meanings, I guess, because that song was in Scam, and I've watched Scam from the beginning, from the Norwegian. Me and my Aussie accent and my uncultured ass cannot pronounce things, I'm so sorry, but the original Scam, I watched it literally in one sitting on New Year's Eve. Didn't have any parties to go to, didn't have any friends, so I watched that. And ever since then, I've watched all the remakes, and Scam France was, that rhymes, I just realized. That was one of the biggest remakes, I think, that and the German one. So that was a big moment in the show. If you've seen it, you've seen it, but if not, it's fine. But I heard that song from that clip originally. Listened to it, fell in love with it, add to my playlist, done. You know, done and dusted, cool. Kind of let it out of my mind, okay? And then Young Royals dropped. And that was featured in a very depressing episode. Basically, not to spoil anything, I don't think I'm going to spoil anything if I feature it in the video, but basically, Simon, I can't say Simon, I can't. It's Swedish, this show, you guys know. His name is Simon, but everyone says it's Simon in the show with a Swedish accent. You say it was Simon. And me and my very Australian accent, I can't say Simon anymore. So Simon basically sings this song at school in front of his lover. As soon as that first note hit, I'm like, no, I know this song, it hurts my soul. And then add in the fact that the scene that was happening is so depressing, it just hurts my soul.
You just wanna be remembered, so sing me a word that no one's heard.
Considering Omar sings it perfectly, it just makes me feel so warm and fuzzy inside. It's great. So technically that line has 3 different meanings. It's obviously from Scam, Young Royals, and my meaning of the song itself. But then I just had to add this little heart to it. This little heart is so cute. This little heart is my whole life, alright? This heart is drawn. I would say drawn, not written. I don't know. This is drawn by Edvin, which is the lead actor in Young Royals. He plays Wilhelm. Love him. Him and Omar, best buds. I haven't met him. I'm in Australia, okay? But a lovely person on Twitter, because once Young Royals came out, I was all over Twitter. I was never a Twitter user, and it really never was. My percentage on my phone goes up like every 10%. I use my phone so much because of Twitter and because of Young Royals. And now Heartstopper, which is great. But Edvin was very, very active on Twitter. He's not so much anymore, which is fine. Someone wanted him to write a quote from Young Royals, and he wrote it and did a little heart at the bottom, and she got that tattooed on her back. And I messaged her and I was like, hi, this is weird, but can I just like take the picture of the heart and put it on my body as well, because it was beautiful. It kind of fit with the whole cursive, which I wrote, and then I have Edvin's heart, which I think is mental. Anyway, and she was really sweet about it. She was like, yeah, of course, because I was like to her, if she didn't ask the question, we wouldn't have gotten his handwriting on a piece of paper, you know what I mean? And she was like, yeah, of course. So I do have, like, she did get, I didn't steal it is what I'm trying to say. And then I got it done and I put it together, and this is probably my favorite one, just because there is so much meaning in this one little tattoo of mine. It is crazy, because that show changed my life, and so did them, because they, like, someone asked me if I met Omar and Edvin, what I would say to them, and I would just say thank you, because that's all I need to to do, because honestly those two men changed my life, like I said, but they also taught me a lot of things, because obviously when you follow people from a TV show you kind of like see them grow, and it was crazy. And now I'm just like waiting for Omar to drop new music. I'm waiting for season 2 to happen, but it's okay because Heartstopper comes out next week and I'm gonna not cry over it. I'm gonna cry over it, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a Heartstopper tattoo on this arm over here, which is quite exciting. I think that's gonna be my next tattoo. Anyway, speaking of tattoos, that is the end of this tattoo tour. I have now talked about every single tattoo on my body. It is all on my arms. If you couldn't tell, I don't really have anything anywhere else besides my sternum. I think I've just always liked arm tattoos. This was really fun to sit down and just talk to you guys and tell you a little bit of backstory with my tattoos and like a little bit of meaning and stuff, and just try to get to know me a bit more. If you are new, hello. But these are all my tattoos. I'll leave everything down below. If you are interested, I'll leave all of the artists that I've mentioned down below as well. So if you want to get some work done, you can. I am in Melbourne, or Victoria, not Melbourne anymore, but I'm Victoria, Australia. So all these artists are in Melbourne. They're Melbourne based. Just keep that in mind if you are interested. That is pretty much it. That's so exciting. But I hope you guys got some information from this. I don't know if you did, but a lot of guys were wondering, so I thought I would just sit down and do a whole video for you guys. So that's pretty much it, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, if you did, give it a thumbs up for me. If you're new here, please subscribe. Make a video every single Thursday at 12 PM. All my social media links and everyone I have talked about artist wise will be linked down below like always, as well as like the vlogs I've mentioned that I have done tattoos of. I will leave them down below as well. I'll leave everything linked down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope you guys are keeping safe whatever you're doing, and just know that if you do get tattoos and they don't have a meaning, it does not matter. If you want to get something on your body and it's not hurting anyone, it's not offensive, it's something like that, you can do it. You don't need anyone's permission. Alright, thank you very much. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. That's pretty much it, guys. Remember to spread love and stay positive, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, everyone.